Okay, so here we are on lesson 18, distance on the coordinate plane. So we're going to talk about distance, and we're going to start with this first example here, and it's talking about distances between cities. So it says 4 friends are touring on motorcycles. They come to an intersection of 2 roads. The road they are on continues straight and the other is perpendicular to it. The sign at the intersection shows the distances to several towns. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw just a blank grid here. And this is what they're talking about in the first part. Alright, this is the intersection in the middle, which is also called the origin. So now we're going to put these 4 cities down here. So Albertsville is 8 miles and it has an arrow pointing to the left. So I'm going to put a point here. I'm going to do it in a different color. This is going to be a point, and this is going to be A for Albertsville, and this is at -8. And now Blossville is 3 miles up or north, so I'm going to put a B right here, and this is at 3. And then Cheyenne is 12 miles north, so I'm going to put Cheyenne up here for a C, and this is at 12. And then the last one, Dewey Falls, is 6 miles to the east. So I'm going to put a point out here, and then a D. Oh, that's not a very good D. Let me try again. I'm going to put a D, and then a 6. Okay? So then it's asking us to find the distance. So they asked first, what is the distance between Albertsville and Dewey Falls? So we're looking here, and remember, distance, we're always using positive numbers. So first I'm going to take the absolute value of -8, which is 8, and then the absolute value of 6, which is 6. So if I'm looking for the distance between the two, if I'm starting at the origin, I've got 6 miles to the right and then an 8 miles to the left, so I'm going to add 8 plus 6, which gives us 14, and our label would be miles. Alright? The second question asks, what's the distance between Blossville and Cheyenne? So I already have positive numbers, so I'm not going to take the absolute value, plus they're on the same side of the origin. So if I'm trying to figure out how to get from 12 down to 3, all I'm going to do is subtract 12 minus 3, which would give me 9. My label would be miles. Alright, and then the last question says, on the coordinate plane, what represents the intersection of the 2 roads? And that would be the origin, and that is the coordinate point 0, 0. Alright, so now that we've kind of seen this in real life, we're going to flip over to the last page where it says your turn. Okay, and for all of these problems it says to find the lengths of the line segments whose endpoints are given below. So first thing we're always going to do is we're always going to draw a picture. Just a general picture, general basic graph with the 2 points. I'm going to label the first one A and the second one B. So first I'm at -3, 4, which is down here. This is A. And then -3, 9, which would be up above, and this will be B. So now once you've got your points, now you're going to do 4 steps. So off to the right here, write 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to do the same 4 things every time. So first, you need to figure out, is it a horizontal line or a vertical line? So if we're looking here between A and B, we know that's a vertical line. So that's what you put for number 1. It's a vertical line. And then we're going to look and see if they have anything in common, which they do. Their x-coordinates are in both -3. Alright, so you look and see what we have in common. Then, for part 3, you're going to ask yourself, are they on the same side or are they on opposite sides of an axis? So here they are on the same side. And whenever they are on the same side, you always subtract. Alright, so 3s, same side, subtract. Alright, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to just subtract those 2 y values. So we're going to take 9 minus 4, and that equals 5, and our label would just be units here. Alright, so up at the top, write yourself a note, same side, subtract. Okay? And then we're going to look here at part B. So again, we have 2 points. I'll label them A and B. So first we always draw our picture. We're at 2, -2, which is going to be down here. And this is A. And then we are over at -8, -2, which is over here in quadrant 3. And this is B. So now we put down our 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. First thing, what type of line is this? So we know, if we're looking here, this is a horizontal line. So that's number 1. 2 is, what do they have in common? And if we're looking at the points, their y coordinates are both -2. So that's number 2. Number 3 then, we're looking to see, are they on the same side? And they're not. They're on opposite sides of an axis. So that means they're on the opposite side. So you're going to write down opposite side. And when they're on the opposite side, that is when we add. So then the last thing we're going to do, because we are going to add, we first have to take the absolute values of the x coordinates. So the absolute value of 2 is 2, and the absolute value of -8 is 8. Then we add 8 plus 2, which gives us 10 units. Alright, so then up at the top, write yourself another note. Opposite side, add. Alright. We're going to do one more example all together here. So we're going to look at C. And again, I'm going to label my points. I have A and I have B. So first we always draw a picture. So I'm at -6, -6, which is down here. This is going to be A. And then -6, 1 will be up on top, and that's B. We write our 4 numbers. And then first we ask ourselves, what type of line does this make? And this makes a vertical line. Then we're looking to see what they have in common. And here, their x-coordinates are -6. And now we're looking opposite side or same side. And we're looking here, they are on the opposite side. So that means we add. So first we need to take the absolute value of the y coordinates. -6 is 6, and then the absolute value of 1 is 1. So we add 6 plus 1, and that equals 7 units. Alright, so whatever we do in number 2, you're going to use the opposite number for number 4. That's why we talk about what they have in common. Okay, so I know that was a lot. I know it's a lot of steps, but I do want you to try D and E on your own. Alright, so first, of course, draw your picture and then label your 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so go ahead and try D and E on your own, and then we will go over the answers in class all together, and then we will do some more practice as well.